Thought we'd make a Victoria sponge cake today. Now Victoria sponge cake, what we do is make two little cakes up, and then in the middle we put a really nice raspberry jam, or you could use strawberry jam, with some sort of buttercream. Really simple to make, very delicious. Now to make up this Victoria sponge cake, I just want to quickly go through the ingredients we're going to use. Now first of all, to make up the sort of cake mixture, we're going to need 200 grams of self-raising flour, 200 grams of caster sugar and 200 grams of butter at room temperature. Then you're going to need 3 large eggs, or if you've got medium eggs, use 4, 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, which is baking powder, helps it to rise a little bit more, and then we've got some milk. Going to use 2 tablespoons of milk. So now I've gone through the ingredients for making up the sponge mixture. What we're going to do is to go through the ingredients for making up the filling. Now for the filling, I'm going to use raspberry jam, but you could use strawberry jam. And for making this sort of buttery mixture that's going to go in the middle, I'm going to use 100 grams of butter, again at room temperature, makes it easier to mix, 100 grams of icing sugar, and then we're going to use 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So we mix these 3 together, and that makes a really nice sort of vanilla flavoured sort of buttery mixture. And then we put over the raspberry jam, sandwich the thing together, and it's ready to eat. Delicious. So now we've gone through all the ingredients, what I'm going to do is clear the deck, get myself a bowl, and we're going to start making up the cake mixture. So we're just going to start adding the ingredients into the bowl. So first of all, 200 grams self-raising flour, 200 grams of caster sugar, and then I've got the butter. Now again, make sure it's at room temperature, otherwise it's really hard to kind of mix up. If it's just come out of the fridge, then maybe just pop it in the microwave just for a short while, and that will help to kind of soften it a little bit. Then I've got me 2 tablespoons of milk, any milk will do, and we've got the baking powder, bicarbonate of soda, just to help it raise a little bit more. And I've got 3 large eggs. Try not to get any shell in. There you go. Now for mixing this up, you could use like the wooden spoon, and you know, you will get there in the end. You need to sort of get it going, all blended and mixed up, and just sort of work it together. Now, feeling a little bit lazy today, so I'm going to use my electric whisk that I got for me sort of 2nd birthday on YouTube. So I thought I'd give that a go today. I haven't really used it very much yet, so just going to give it a go. Whoop. Start on a slow speed. Got different settings here. Let's have a... That'll do. Start on the slow one, otherwise it's going to go everywhere. And just kind of work it until it's all mixed up. What I'd say, you probably don't want to over mix it. It definitely makes your life easy. And so if you haven't got one of these, just use, you know, do it by hand. I think once we've got it going, I can probably turn it up a notch. There you go. I might go one more. There you go, I think we're pretty much done on that. Looking good, really easy. So now we've made up the cake mixture, I'm going to move the bowl out of the way, bring another bowl in the middle, and what we're going to make up, this is sort of buttery, vanilla, creamy mixture that's going to go sandwiched in between the 2 cakes. So first of all, put again a bit of butter in there, 100 grams at room temperature. So I'm just going to give that a quick chop actually, make it a bit easier. Then I'm going to put me 100 grams of icing sugar. We've got some vanilla extract. I've got to kind of guess it, but nothing left in there. About 1 teaspoon of that. And again, be lazy, use my machine. Now, do it slowly. Just gonna Whoops. Actually, I'm going to start it off with a spoon. Right, I'm just going to start that with a spoon. It's just that the butter's a little bit hard and I don't want to spray everything everywhere, so... To be honest with you, I think I'm going to carry on by hand actually. That's it. Just going to try that. Oh, lovely. I'm going to clear up the mess, get myself a couple of cake tins, and we're going to tip the cake mixture into those tins next. So I've got my 2 cake tins. Now what I'm going to do is put plenty of butter all around the edge and right in the little sort of, you know, the corners there, all the way around, plenty of butter, and then I'm going to sprinkle it with, again, a little bit of self-raising flour, just to make sure the cake doesn't stick. So I'm going to use a bit of butter on the packaging and just really put plenty everywhere, because what we don't want to do is to have the cake sticking. So make sure you've got plenty, and right in those corners there, make sure there's plenty everywhere. That's one. Do the other one. Now next of all, just going to get a bit of self-raising flour. I'm just going to put a bit of that on. This also helps to make sure the cake doesn't stick. Just going to get my cake mixture. Whoa, looks good. And I'm going to just kind of split it in half really, because obviously we're looking to get a couple of cakes out of this. So just try and get it as even as you can really. Right. And again, I'm just going to try and work that a little bit so that it's kind of everywhere, so we get a nice even cake. So just work it up into the edges. That'll do. That will level out when it goes in the oven. So again, I'm going to do the other side as well, the other tin. There you go. I finished both of those. That's near enough even. That will do. Just for convenience to get them in and out of the oven, I'm actually going to just put it on one of these bigger tins. Makes it easier for you to sort of get it in and out of the oven really. So they're all ready to go. Now I'm going to put those into a preheated oven. So I'm going to put my cake into a preheated oven, temperature wise 180 degrees Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit, gas mark 4. And as I say, you want to cook that for around about 20 minutes until it's lovely and golden brown and it's cooked inside. So I've been cooking the cake for 20 minutes. They're looking really good. Look at that. That looks lovely, and I've got a nice golden brown colour. Let's just pull it out gently. Oh, look beautiful. Now I'm just going to quickly test it. Just going to stick a knife in. I might just give mine 1 or 2 minutes more. The reason is that when you stick a knife in, if it comes out and it's got a little bit of sort of mixture on there, it means it's not quite done. So I'm just going to give it another 2 minutes. Again, I left mine for 2 minutes extra. So it's a 22 minutes in there, looking beautiful. Again, just give it a quick test. Yeah, that's fine. No mixture on there, so that's looking good. So I'm going to take mine, put them on the table, and first of all, just let them cool down a little bit, and then I'll transfer them onto a wire rack and make sure they completely cool down. So let's pull them out and put them on the table. So I've just taken the cakes out of the oven, and I've got a wire rack underneath, just, you know, because obviously the tray underneath is quite hot and I don't want to burn the table. They look beautiful. There's a really nice colour on those. They look absolutely scrummy, and the smells in this kitchen are just unbelievable. So let them cool down. Once they've cooled down a little bit, then I'm just going to tip them out into my hand and I'm going to put them on the wire rack, and then I'm going to let them cool down completely. Now I've left mine for about half an hour and they've cooled down slightly, and I want to take them out of these tins. So I'm just going to go round the edge just to make sure they come out nicely. Same with that one. That's alright. Move the tin back, and that's one. I'll turn it over. Oh, they look nice. And again, same with this one. There you go, beautiful. So I'm just going to again carry on, leave those because I really want them to cool right down. So I've let me 2 cakes cool down on that wire rack. I think we're ready to assemble it. So I'm just going to move those out of the way, and I'm going to get myself something to put the cake on. Now I've got to choose which one I'm going to use for the top. I think I'm going to use this one as it is, and I'm going to use this one for the top. Now I'm just going to put mine literally on top like that. I mean, some people, what they do is they actually slice the top of this with a bread knife or something to make it sort of flat, but I'm not going to bother doing that. I think it's absolutely fine doing it this way. Now the reason I'm not going to cut the top of mine off, because sometimes when you put them together with all the jam and you've got that buttery cream, you know, it kind of oozes out the side and it looks really nice. So, you know, it's up to you. If you want to flatten off the top, it means all the jam and the buttery cream stays in there. If you sort of leave it as I'm going to leave it, some of it's going to ooze out, but it all adds to the effect. Now the first thing is, I've got my mixture in the bowl there. Now it's always good just to give it a quick whisk, with sort of, you know, hand whisk it with a spoon or whatever, just before you put it on, just to try and soften it a little bit, because obviously we've got to spread it over the top of this cake. This is going to be the first layer of the filling. So give it a quick mix around the wooden spoon and then spread it over the top. So I'm just going to get a good blob of that. And you know, you can either use a spoon or a knife, whatever you're more comfortable and whatever's working really. So I'm just going to spread that around. There you go. I think we're done. And now we're all ready for that lovely jam. Look at that, nice raspberry jam, but obviously you can use strawberry. Want to make sure we've got enough. Let's just start off with this, see how we go. Kind of work it, get it even. Just going to put another good splodge in the middle there. Yeah, that'll be delicious then. And then we're going to put the other bit on top. Now I'm going to get myself a little bit of icing sugar and just sprinkle it over the top, just to give it a really nice colour. Using a sort of sieve, because sometimes when you take it out of the packet you get lumpy bits and we don't really want that. Look at that, nice. Looks good with that sort of white, snowy kind of feel to it. There you go. Again, we can just wipe the board up just to get any excess off. And there's a really nice cake. That is going to taste delicious. Now when you've got your cake, what you can do is present it on a really nice plate. I've got this lovely red one, so I'm going to put my cake on there. I'm going to get stuck in. So let's just cut into this. Into this Victoria cake. I think it's Queen Victoria who called it a Victoria cake, so let's just pull it out. Look at that. Hope I don't drop it. Doesn't that look scrummy? I'm going to put it on a plate. Just turn this round so you can sort of see it inside. Wow. Beautiful. Now, let's just get me a little piece there, and I'm going to try that. Try it in front of you.
Oh, that is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And that sort of buttercream in the middle with the vanilla, that raspberry jam really works well. That is such a nice cake. I recommend you go and make this one. Delicious. I know everybody's going to love that. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to go and make a cup of tea and really enjoy this cake. All the best, the original Naked Chef.
Just before I go, I just want to leave you with a few pictures of the pieces of cake. Now you must try this cake, it is delicious. Now I also want to say a big thank you to everybody who contributes to my channel, whether it's just watching me videos or all those lovely comments or all those subscribers. You're all so important. Thanks for the ratings, and if you haven't subscribed, give it a go, because I always let people know when I've sort of released a new video, and hopefully you enjoy what I do. So thanks for watching again, the original Naked Chef.